Hello my friends, today we're finally getting around to doing a long overdue luxury haul of pieces that I have been collecting for the past month or so. This is a video that I have been meaning to film for the longest time, but something always came up or there was just one last piece I was waiting on. But today there are no more excuses, we're finally getting around to doing it. And since things have really piled up, I figured I would share with you an edit of pieces that I have either been loving or pieces that are still available now, because I feel like some of the ready-to-wear pieces that I picked up, especially from Hermes, it's kind of too late to talk about them at this point because most of them will no longer be available. But these pieces you can still buy, and most of them I have tried and tested, and I can tell you that I love them. But without further ado, if you'd like to see some new pieces that I picked up from Dior, Hermes, and even the piece that I chose from the Fendace collaboration, then please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and keep on watching. So let's start with a piece that is actually far from being brand new. This is something that I have been wearing for the past month, but at least I filmed the unboxing for Instagram, and if I still have the footage, I'll make sure to put it in here just so you guys can see what these looked like when they were brand sparkling new, which are the Dior B30 sneakers. If you watched my last Dior vlog that I did a little while ago, you may remember me talking about them, and even back then I was contemplating getting them. I was going back and forth whether I want to buy into this ugly grandpa shoe trend, which is definitely what these sneakers lean into. I wasn't quite sure, but I loved the way they looked, so I had to get them. And I have to tell you, I'm so glad I did, because they quickly became some of my most worn sneakers. First of all, they are incredibly comfortable, which is rare to find when it comes to designer sneakers, but they are unbelievably comfortable. They're really quite flattering. If anything, they make your feet look a little bit smaller, so if you have larger feet and you never really like chunky sneakers, I would encourage you to try them on, because they surprisingly make your feet look a lot smaller than they actually are. Not like crazy small, but they are not overwhelming and overly chunky in any way, so that is also a bonus, I think, for some. And they also go with a ton of different things. You can dress them up, you can dress them down. I have worn them with a pair of jeans, but I have also worn them with a pair of proper suit trousers, and I found that they looked good with anything and everything. So if you have also been contemplating buying into this trend of these chunky sneakers, I apologize for the background noise. The baby beast, I think, is playing in his playpen and he's being a little restless. But anyway, the show must go on. So going back to the B30 sneakers, if you have been thinking about getting them, or if you just need a new pair of sneakers, you want something that is comfortable, you can wear every single day without really having to think about it, I would highly recommend that you get them. I bought them in this taupey sort of neutral color combination, but they've also launched them in some whites and blacks, some simple staple colors for the current season, and I'm definitely planning on getting them in at least one more colorway just because I have been loving them so much. So when it comes to the Dior B30 sneakers, just a quick update: if you saw my unboxing on Instagram, I absolutely love them and would highly recommend them. Just so you know what I'm dealing with currently, the baby beast, and I don't want to say his name because it's going to trigger him, is currently under his carpet. I don't know how, but he's decided to climb underneath his carpet. So if you hear some background noise, that's what's going on. But anyway, let's move on. I'm going to pick up a couple of things because I have a hanger right there with the ready-to-wear pieces hanging there. I want to show you two things that I picked up from Dior that have been a standout, and I really think you would like them too. So just give me a second. I'll go and grab them really quick. Bye. Can I ask what you're doing? Bye. So two more standout pieces from Dior, and let's start with this one, which is a Dior staple, which is their feminist t-shirt that just says we should all be feminists. This is a t-shirt that has the exact same cut as the Dior Lucky t-shirt, which I was obsessed with for years, and I was actually contemplating getting that in white for the summer, but I feel like it's 2022, and at this point that particular print is a little bit dare I say, overdone. But I do love the fit. I do love the way these t-shirts look and feel, because they're not just a regular cotton t-shirt. There is, I think, a little bit of linen woven into them, which makes them feel lighter, and it just feels incredibly luxurious on your skin. Now, does that justify the ridiculous price? It probably doesn't, but if you love Dior and if you'd like a t-shirt that makes you look quite put together, I would still suggest them, because they have an interesting fit to them. They're a lot more fitted than most t-shirts are. So there is at least something special going on other than just the print itself, which I 100% agree with. Who should be running the world? Well, not men, in my opinion. I'm gonna say that much. But anyway, if you are looking for a simple t-shirt that is branded but not so obviously branded that every single person around you will know what brand you're wearing on your chest, this might be a good style to go for. I'm really glad I bought it. I went for a large because these t-shirts used to come, I think, in small, medium, and large, but now you can also buy them in extra large, which I kind of wish I had done, just because these are so incredibly fitted. I still fit a large and I'm happy with my purchase, but if you would like to pick it up in a size that is just a little bit more comfortable and oversized, at least now they come in an extra large too, which is still not going to be oversized because they are so fitted, but what I'm trying to say is that you have more options than you used to. So I don't think I have the chance to do much shots in this video because I only have an hour to film this, but make sure you follow me on Instagram and I'll probably style all of the pieces that I'll show you in the coming weeks. But anyway, if you're looking for a simple but really cool t-shirt, these should still be around. And then another piece that I picked up, as you'll see, this is quite a pants heavy unboxing or haul video because I've been looking for a new pair of shorts. What I have to tell you is that I have not bought a pair of shorts, but I bought 3 or 4 new pairs of pants, and this is one of them, which again I bought from Dior. The feminist t-shirt is from their women's collection, and then the pants are from, I think these are from their latest men's collection, which is Dior's take on a pair of sweatpants. It's kind of like sweatpants meet tailoring, because it's definitely this sort of sweatband or jogger cut, but it's made of a really lightweight wool fabric. It has this drawstring detail at the waist, and then the reason I bought these, which I loved, was the darts. You have these traditional darts that you would find on suit pants, but they're actually stitched down, so you're not going to lose them after wearing them once. These will actually remain in your pants, which I thought were so cool. I just love these pants. I think I'll get a ton of wear out of them in the spring summer, especially if you're not a shorts kind of guy, or if you work in a more professional setting where you cannot wear shorts. These I think would be a great pair of pants to look into because you can easily dress them up, dress them down, and even though they are definitely on the more formal side, they are not heavy like other traditional pants are. So I know I get a ton of use out of these, and if you're looking for a new pair of pants that are smart looking but are a lot more comfortable than most suit pants, now you can find these at Dior, I think in gray and in this navy blue. Next up, let's move on to the piece that I picked up from the Fendace collaboration, which I know surprised many of you over on Instagram when I posted that I bought something from the collection, because yes, it's not necessarily my aesthetic, but I still felt that when it comes to collaborations, which we've been seeing a lot of, this collaboration, first of all, made sense and it was executed so beautifully. I think the execution, the individual pieces, the designs, the quality was overall really quite impressive. Did I love everything from the collection? Absolutely not, but I think it had some beautiful statement pieces that if you are really into designer pieces, you have in your collection forever, and you can definitely make them the centerpiece of your collection. And I was definitely sucked in. Now, there were a handful of pieces that I was contemplating buying, but the piece I ended up with is the one that I remember seeing on the runway, but they didn't actually launch the exact piece that walked the runway. They slightly tweaked them, and usually when that happens, it's quite a disappointing change. But in this case, I actually think that they improved on the design that we saw walking the runway. But anyway, let me show you a couple of pieces that I saw when I went to try these on. So the one piece that I was considering buying was this little tiny baby baguette bag, which when it comes to mini bags like the Kelly Twilly, which I have reviewed before, I promised myself that I'm not going to buy any more mini bags unless I can use them as an actual card holder. And I think the baby baguette would have fit a card holder. So even if you're not in the mood to use this particular bag as what it is as a mini bag, you can at least use it inside of other bags as a card holder. So that seemed tempting, but it just wasn't really my aesthetic. But this was a piece that I was considering. And then the other piece that I looked at was the tumbler in the collection, which I have to tell you I came really close to buying, but then I found out that it wasn't dishwasher safe, which in hindsight makes sense considering that it has like a million tiny little crystals on it. But I feel like if it's not dishwasher safe, I'm just never going to drink out of it. So that was a pass for me, and I ended up with the one piece that I saw on the runway. And once you've seen what it is, I can explain to you how it was slightly tweaked from the original piece that we saw, which is this pair of wool pants that have the most unique detail on the front. I have the tendency to buy pants that pretty much all look the same. Yes, there are slight details that will make them different, but at the end of the day, if you look at them from the far, they're going to look identical. But there's definitely nothing in my collection that is even comparable to these. So let me show them to you. Yes, from the far, or at least from this angle, they might seem like a simple pair of black pants, but all the party is in the front, because let me fasten this really quick. On the front, you have these two incredible slits that reveal a piece of silk. And when it comes to the Versace, I'm sorry, but the first thing that comes to mind is their silk shirts. I would say that if you're looking to start your Versace collection and you don't know where to begin, start with their silk shirts. I think those are some of the most beautiful pieces that Versace creates. So I did get a piece of Versace silk, and not only a piece of Versace silk, but one that combines the Fendi print with, of course, the iconic Versace. I think it's called the Baroque print that's in here. So you have these in the pants, and you can only really see them when you walk in these pants. Otherwise, they're concealed by the slit. And then on the other side, you not only have the same slit with the silk piece, but you also got a little safety pin, which is not just like the original Medusa safety pin that you get with your original Versace pieces, but this one has the Medusa head combined with the FF logo from Fendi, which for me, these are the kind of details that I want to see. So this is the pair of pants that I ended up with, which I honestly couldn't be happier with, because they're really unique. I haven't seen anything quite like them. I do have a pair of pants that have a slit similar to these in them, but they are from McQueen, and I have to tell you, I much prefer these. These are definitely a statement piece without being just overdone, if you ask me. Now, the pair that they showed on the runway had the exact same design on the front, but the fabric was slightly different. As you can see, these are made of a solid black wool fabric, but the ones we saw on the runway actually had, I think it's called the Versace Greek key, woven into the fabric, which I didn't love. I felt like it was way too much on top of the silk detail. Your eye just didn't know what to look at and what to hone in on. So when I saw that they actually tweaked these and they made them out of a solid fabric without the Greek key, I had to get them. But they were completely sold out online because I wasn't planning on buying anything from the collection. So by the time I got to the site, they were all gone. And when I asked my local boutique to see if they have them, my advisor said that they didn't get them, and she doesn't think that she'd be able to get them because there was only one in Europe. I think it was in Italy somewhere. So she said that she would ask, but she doesn't think that they would be willing to send them. Well, the next thing I knew, she texted me saying that they had them overnighted to her. So if I want them, I have to go and try them on immediately, which is what I did. I think I went to try them on the next day, and I'm so glad I did, because I couldn't be happier with what I was able to buy from the collection. And since we seem to be on a roll when it comes to pants, I wanted to show you one more pair that I bought, which I think you might be able to buy still. These are from the spring summer collection from Hermes, and these are their so-called Saint Germain pants, I believe they're called, which is one of the classic styles when it comes to Hermes. They do Saint Germain pants every single season, but they never look the same. So I'm not exactly sure what this style refers to, because they're never the same shape, they're never the same color, they're never made of the same fabric. I have Saint Germain pants that are like this. I have Saint Germain shorts, which are completely different fit. I have Saint Germain pants, which are much more baggy, but they all have the same name. So that is a mystery to me. But anyway, they did this pair of pants for spring summer, which you might be thinking, why would you buy this chocolate colored pair of pants? And I'll tell you exactly in a second why. But anyway, for spring summer, they did actually this exact same style in a pair of shorts and also in a longer version, which they decorated with some really ornate stitching on the hem and also on the actual pockets. You get two really large, generous pockets on the back, as well as two pockets on the front. But the detail that convinced me to pull the trigger was actually on the hem. They have these really cool built-in pockets on the hem of the pants, which allow you to roll them up and actually fasten them, so you don't have to keep rolling up your pants every 5 minutes if you decide to wear them like this, which I just loved. I loved that this detail made the pants a lot more interesting and unique, and even if you don't have them rolled up, you still have this really cool age detail, which again, I'm just a sucker for these weird little details. So I'm really happy with this purchase, and the reason I bought a pair of chocolate colored pants is because, do you remember that Bottega shirt that I wore in my last unboxing? I bought it with this sort of zookeeper slash safari leader look in mind, but then I realized that I don't have any cargo pants or any pants that would go with that look. So when I saw these at Hermes, I was like, right, this is exactly what I need. I tried them, they fit like a glove, and that's how I ended up with them. Don't ask me why I want to look like a zookeeper. I just had this look in mind, so that's what I'm going to create with these pants and that Bottega shirt. And if you're looking for a really cool pair of pants for the summer that are smart looking but really light, these I hope you are still able to find out there. These next pieces I ordered a few of at the end of last year, and while they took quite a while to come in, at least they're finally here, so let me show them to you. They are from the Hermes tableware collection, which I have done several videos on, and as you may remember, I have been working on completing my tableware collection for years, and even though at this point my collection is pretty complete, I would say, I keep finding new pieces that I feel like I want and need in my life, and this was one of those. So let me show you two of them that I have here, which I haven't unboxed, which is a new set of bowls. I do already have a couple of bowls when it comes to this particular collection, but I wanted to get some larger bowls, and the largest ones that they have are their so-called cereal bowls, which come as a set of two, and of course I got them in the same print that I have the rest of my collection in, which is the Platinum Mosaic 24 collection. And I have to say that these are pretty sizable as far as bowls go. Their next size up is a full-on soup bowl, which I guess is more for serving rather than eating out of. But I have to say, I'm also contemplating getting that one too. But for now, I could not be any happier with these. And the rest I have already unboxed, but I have two of them in here, which I'm actually planning on giving to the baby beast. I'm a little nervous about giving him something that is a little bit more fragile than stainless steel. I mean, these are sturdy as far as porcelain goes, because I've only broken, I want to say, a couple of porcelain pieces from Hermes over the years, so it's not like they're super fragile, but still, so I want to be careful with them. But I'll do a little bit more research, and I think I might end up handing these down to the baby beast. And since I have two of them here, he can have one for water and he can have the other one for his food, because I feel like it would be nice for him to have something else from Hermes. I almost said something from Hermes, but he already has plenty from Hermes. Probably by the end of the year, he'll have more Hermes pieces than I do, because the next piece I bought specifically for him. So let me show that to you as well. So this next piece, as I just mentioned, is also for the baby beast, which you probably think that I'm crazy, but hear me out. Let's unbox this really quick and then I'll show you why I ended up getting this for him. So it came beautifully wrapped, as you would expect from Hermes, and this is actually something that launched last year, so my boutique didn't have it. They actually had to order this in, but it came beautifully packaged. And in here, and you'll probably think I'm crazy, we have a new pillow for the baby beast, which, hear me out, let me tell you why I ended up buying this for him. He has this weird thing, which I'm not exactly sure if it's weird. If your dog does the same, please let me know in the comment section. But he can only fall asleep if he has his head resting on something. So if we're out and about, he would put his head on my shoes. When he's in his playpen or his crate, he puts his head on the crate itself or on one of his toys. So I thought he needs something more precious to put his precious little head on, and I figured I might as well buy him something from Hermes, because he already has the Rockabar blanket and I wanted him to have something that matches that. So I ended up getting this for him from the Hermes Beach collection, which launched, I want to say, last summer. There was this pillow, there was also, I think there was a set of towels in this collection with the exact same design, as well as a bathrobe. Speaking of which, if you're looking for a bathrobe, definitely check them out. I have been given a bathrobe from Hermes, not by Hermes, but from Hermes, as one of the first gifts that I've ever been given, which was an Hermes piece, and it was this incredibly beautiful, luxurious, buttery soft cashmere robe with some leather trims, which it is a breathtaking piece, but it's the last thing you want to put on when you come out of the shower. So if you want something that is a designer piece but also functions as a bathrobe and you don't have to worry about putting it on, definitely check out the bathrobe in this collection. The reason I'm talking so much about it is because I was thinking about getting it for myself, but I felt like it would have been an overkill to have two Hermes bathrobes. Anyway, I digress. I wanted to show you these pillows in case you're looking for something to get for your dog or even for yourself. If you want to put this outside in your garden, on your balcony, if you have a boat or anything along these lines, you can definitely look into these. They come in a ton of different colors. They're made of like a terry cloth sort of towel kind of material, so I think that they would be pretty water resistant, and they also look great. I mean, do you have to pay Hermes prices for these? Absolutely not. But if you love Hermes and if you want something that just says Hermes Bain Paris, these you should still be able to find in a ton of different colors. But my friends, these are all the pieces that we had time to unbox today. I hope it wasn't too random. I wanted to show you some miscellaneous pieces that you might have not seen before. I hope you found these new pieces enjoyable. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And while you're down there, let me know in the comment section what was your last luxury purchase or what's going to be your next. I always love being inspired by you. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you back here with a new video really soon, because I am planning on going back to uploading twice, once on Thursday and once on Sunday. I'm not making any promises, but I'll try my best, and fingers crossed I'll be able to stick to it. But that was it for today. I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you back here sooner than you would think. Bye.